Alright, good day everybody. We're over here at Mattawa Airstrip, Voyageur days, and we're taking a little bit video here at the airstrip in Mattawa. And this is a big weekend here in Mattawa for Voyageur days. The whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's just activities in Mattawa. Anything you can think of, from vendors to concerts to everything, it's on this weekend, big weekend. Alright you guys, so these guys offer helicopter rides, or we're coming out of North Bay. 80 bucks. Get you 10 to 15 minutes in this chopper, and these boys are in refueling right now, getting ready to start this thing up around lunchtime. So what's that avgas worth a liter now? My diesel fuel, I was running at like 240. What's this stuff worth?
I think it's, well, it all depends on the airport, but I think it's about 250. 250? I think jet's up to about 3.
Alright, so he says this avgas is worth about 250 a liter, which I didn't really think was horrendous, considering I was paying 240 a liter for diesel fuel in the spring. So this chopper, what's it used for? Is this thing somebody's leisure product that just comes out on events, or do you guys use this as a tool for something?
Well, this is one of Helicopters Canada's machine. It's one of our charter machines. We use it for mostly sightseeing because we've got the high vis doors on it, and it's one of the cheaper ones we have to operate.
Sightseeing out of North Bay?
Yeah, so we run sightseeing all year long. If anyone ever wants a tour, they can just come on up to the airport and come book a tour. Find us online, give us a call. We do city tours all the time. We can do tours wherever for as long as people want.
You got this. These guys give tours and trips, and you just call ahead of time out of North Bay and they'll take you up for a run.
Yeah, we're a full charter service. We do all sorts of things. Yeah, we also use this as one of our training machines. We run a flight school in the North Bay as well. So we run from September till about May, the course of a regular college year. So.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so you can, about 8 months, and you get your commercial helicopter license. And we're in partnership with the college.
8 months and a thick wallet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But guess what? Nothing comes in the hobby world free, cheap, or easy. So you got to pay, and you got to put your time in behind the wheel.
Oh yeah.
You live in town?
Yeah, it's not cheap.
Just outside
It's
of town.
not. It's a luxury, and just like these guys here,
Yeah.
it's a luxury. But you know what? If you got the money, I think it's great.
Oh, you
really.
might as well. And you know the job rates. This year, my first class I taught this year had 12 students. Within the first month, 10 of them had jobs.
Is that right?
So I mean, these two guys here were two of my students this year actually.
So you're obviously a fully ticketed helicopter pilot, and
Yep.
you've got all the credentials and to teach too.
3 years I've had my license now, and then I don't do any instructing in the air. That's another level that you got to do.
Oh,
We're going
it
to do
is?
that eventually, but I do teach like the ground school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's another certification that you can't teach in the air.
Yeah,
That's
it's
interesting.
a whole nother endorser. Like it's a whole course. You got to go through a whole thing.
Are you going to get that?
Oh yeah, one day I'd love to get that. I love teaching on the ground. I think teaching in the air would be even more fun. So.
And they almost go hand in hand. If you're good enough to teach in class and teach somebody, you're obviously good enough to teach them, I think, in flight, right?
Well, yeah, Mom was a teacher her whole life, so she was pretty stoked when she found out I was going to be a ground school teacher and get to fly. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's excellent. I like it. And I seen you guys, actually, Mary Jane seen you guys at helicopter ride, and she wants to go,
Oh,
so
yeah.
there's no doubt she's going to go.
Oh, awesome. Well, yeah, the more people that come out, the better.
Yeah.
Last weekend we were down in North Bay. We were operating right off the waterfront for Rib Fest.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
We've got a 16 by 16 pad. We cut in half, and then we can reassemble it. We cut it in half to transport it, and then we can reassemble it when we get to wherever we're going. So we had it set up right on the boardwalk, right just beside the boat there, the restaurant there.
Yeah.
Super cool. It was awesome.
So, why did you have to put your square helicopter pad down? Why couldn't you just bring this and land right on the boardwalk? Is it just
Well, we could have. It was
just for a flat level surface?
Yeah,
I
it's
guess?
easy. There's a here's a designated loading space or a designated landing
Okay.
space. You shouldn't be on the pad or near the pad. It's
That's
just
a good
another
point.
level of safety.
Yeah.
So, and you know when you land on that pad, it's gonna be flat. The rocks aren't gonna
Yeah.
shift under you. The ground's not soft. It's the same landing every time. It's consistent. So
Neat.
there's really no downside to it. And it just makes for good pictures too.
It does. You're right. It just
Yeah.
gives that boundary for people, and
That's awesome sunset pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were right on Nipissing, so the sun was setting kind of below us, or just behind us, and yeah, up sitting on the pad like that, just a little bit elevated, looked really cool.
very nice. Well, I can't wait to get some shots of this thing firing up
Yeah,
too
well,
and
We
going.
can give you something good to work with.
All right, we're on the first fire up here. And as you can tell, these guys don't go anywhere with half a helicopter. They load right up. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but you can tell without even asking these guys at the price of fuel. That chopper seats 4 people, so these guys are not going to go up one person at a time. They're going to load that chopper up every time they go, or they burn way too much fuel. So just a little pointer I noticed. Okay, I didn't get a chance to talk to that pilot. Well, I did, but I forgot to ask him, and Mary Jane asked them. These guys are only running about half a tank of fuel in that chopper because they're restricted to the payload on that helicopter, and I would assume they want to take as many people as they can at once. So I would assume in order to carry 4 people in that chopper and get the maximum boom for their buck, these pilots, they keep half a load of fuel in it, and that way they can up the number of people they can carry in that chopper for payload, because they're only registered, I think he said, for so much weight. Anyway, just another little tidbit. Okay, you guys, I just botched that completely up. I was so busy over there chatting with somebody that I forgot to get Mary Jane loading on the chopper, but we'll get her coming back in. She was probably cursing me in that chopper. I wasn't even paying any attention. But that's what happens when you meet people. Okay, you guys, I screwed up on the takeoff with Mary Jane, but here she is. She's going to be unloading. She's coming in right now. Okay, here she comes, all smiles.